Okay, so I have wanted to post this video for a really, really long time, but I haven't. Sorry, gotta center myself. Okay, but I haven't posted it because did not want to explain it. Like, I wanted to post this. I know not a lot of people will probably watch it, but I really love the video, and yeah, I just love it. And I wanted to post it for so long, but I haven't posted it because I didn't want to explain something. So basically, as you guys know, if you watch my videos, which you might not have, so if you're new, this might be kind of confusing, but I'll explain it. I had, my ducks got like a predator, like a mink or a marten or something, one of those. We saw it, but yeah. Like we saw it afterwards when it came back to their coop, and then we scared it away, but that's besides the point. Anyway, yeah, and it got into their coop, like the tiniest crack. We always knew it was a risk, but it was so hard because it was the door, and it was just so hard to try to fix. Like, we tried everything. Like, we put, like, this big, like, what you call it? It's like a cement block thing. We put it at the bottom to block the bottom, and we put, like, this, like, board that we tucked under, but the board fell all the time, so it wasn't very reliable. And, like, yeah, there was the block, but it was only, like, well, it was pretty tall, but it was easy enough to climb over, and that's where the biggest crack was. Like, the thing it got through was like that big, like this much. Like, it was literally the tiniest little crack. I don't even know how, and the thing was like this big. But yeah, so whatever, this is really rambling, but I just wanted to go ahead and say that we fixed it now. We have like this like board plank thing that my dad like nailed it. It's kind of confusing, but it's fixed. And also, we shut the ducks in the coop now because even though we fixed it so the crack is like sealed up, we're just still too paranoid from what happened. So they go in the coop and they're okay with it. They're used to it. So yeah, their coop is like, it's like what the chickens go in. That's why none of the chickens got killed. It's like, it's kind of confusing, but it's like super safe. So yeah, I still don't even want to say that because I feel like I'm gonna jinx it, but it is. So yeah, they go in the coop now, and yeah, I would hate to make the same mistake because I wish more than anything that we would have done what we're doing now with our ducks before, our other ducks died. But yeah, for no reason. But yeah, so got in and killed all of my call ducks except for one, Peaches. Don't know how she survived. She's a survivor, and she's a very nervous duck, so that's obviously how. She must have been flapping her wings, going crazy. She had bite wounds on her neck, but she made it. We brought her in, and she was in the house for a while. She was by herself. That's why we were hatching out. I want to say that ducks don't like to be alone. They like to be in a flock, so that's why we were trying to we were like, come on, babies, we need you, because Peaches needs to not be alone anymore, because she had to be alone for a while, and even when they were little, she did for a bit until they got a bit older, because basically they tried to sit under her, and she was terrified of them, and we didn't want her to accidentally step on them, but that's besides the point. So yeah, basically, yeah, ducks don't like to be alone. They like to be with other ducks, so don't just get one duck, please. So I'm getting ahead of myself. But we hatched out Spunky and Cuddles, two of my original call ducks' eggs, because we were planning on hatching them to sell, but now we were planning on keeping them. And Spunky was my favorite call duck in the whole world. She was amazing. So yeah, we hatched out their eggs, and 4 out of 5 of the eggs hatched. We tried to hatch 2 of Peaches and Scuttles, but they both cracked, probably because Peaches was so stressed because she laid them afterwards. They were both fertile. There were babies growing in. My mom literally saw one of the babies when it cracked. Like, it was in there and it was growing, so it's really sad. But still, we got really lucky. 4 out of the 5 of Spunky's eggs hatched, and we got 4 amazing babies that were so beautiful and amazing and so much like their parents, and they were perfect. And they lived, like, all of them were doing fine for so long. Like, they had all their adult feathers pretty much. I mean, like, not like their adult feathers. Like, does that make sense? Probably not. But basically, they grow all their adult feathers, but then they end up molting, and then they get like even more adult. Like, basically, like Cuddles, he had all his adult feathers, but his tummy was still like light, and then he molted, and then he got his like male like darker chest. Does that make sense? Hopefully. I don't know, might not, but yeah, they had like, all their like they're adult feathers, but not like they're grown up feathers. It's really hard to explain. But yeah, so they were like big, and you know, they could fly. They didn't, but they could if they wanted to. Their wings were basically like full grown, pretty much anyway. And yeah, they were super happy and big, and just they loved it. And Tootsie was literally the cutest thing ever. She was so small and sweet and beautiful, and she had like one feather that was a bit like black, and it like shined green and like colors, and I loved it because her mom, Spunky, like her feathers all shine green. So yeah, this is really long, but yeah. So, but one day we were not home. We were boating, and I didn't check on the ducks when I got home because I mean, I didn't hear anything weird, and you know, we had just been boating, we had company over, and I just didn't think to check. And I wish I did, but I don't think anything would have changed if I did, but I don't know, because it could have happened while we were boating. I don't know. But we go to put the ducks to bed, and there were only 3 ducks there: Oreo, Cookie, and Pepper. There were only 3 ducks, and Peaches, but only 3 of our blue-bibbed call ducks. And I automatically knew something was wrong because they're always together. Like, it just wasn't normal. There wouldn't just be one separate. Like, Tootsie wouldn't have just been away from her ducks. So we look in the coop, and when I don't see her in there, then I really start panicking. Like, at first I thought maybe she was just sick. I don't even know what I thought, but I was panicked right away. But then when I, like, you know, I was just hoping it'd be one of those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, you scared me, but you're okay. Like, that I say to my animals all the time, but it was not. So I look in the coop. This was supposed to be a quick explanation, but so I look in the coop, and she's not in there. And then I just think that we left her outside. I was like, oh my, we leave her outside? Like, I don't know how we would have left her outside, but like, I don't know. I was like, did we somehow manage to leave her outside? Like, which I don't know how we would have. Like, we're always super careful to make sure they're all in there, but because we all put them away. Like, I don't even know how we would have ever left her outside, but that's just what went through my mind because I didn't see her anywhere in there. So we have a kiddie pool in there, and she didn't drown, but we have a kiddie pool in there, and it's like was against the wall because we didn't think anything of it. And there was like, it's a kiddie pool, so it's circular, right? And when you have a circle, put it against a wall, you have like little edges, like, you know how the circle comes out? There ends up like being a little tucked away space in the back because the circle doesn't go all the way across the wall. And somehow Tootsie managed to, I don't even know how, get herself stuck behind there. And even if she got stuck, you wouldn't have imagined that she would have died, but she did. She got stuck behind it. This happened a few months ago now, but she got stuck behind it, and somehow maybe she couldn't breathe or something. It's happened to people too, I've heard of it. But yeah, I don't know how she died. It was really shocking and really sad. Like, as soon as I saw her back there, I ran in there, and I was just hoping she was still alive, but she was limp, and no. So that's the story of how we only have 3 blue bibs. Oh, by the way, the kiddie pool is not against the wall anymore. It's still in there, but it's moved away from the wall. It's still in there because they absolutely love it, but yeah, it's moved away from the wall now, and they still could find weird ways to die, but yeah. All the rest of them are doing good right now, but I hate saying that they're doing good because that can change so quickly. Like, we just had them all out. We had all 4 of them out like a few, maybe like 3-4 hours before that, maybe a little more, but like earlier that day we had all of them out for like 2 hours, and they were in the pool and they were all happy. So things can change so fast, especially when it comes to a prey animal and anybody, but like, I don't know, they just die so easily, call ducks, and because they're such fragile prey animals, and that's just one of the prices to having them, and it sucks, but it's worth it because they're amazing, and this video shows how amazing they are. So this is only my 4 ducks, but it shows you how amazing ducks are, and I'm not trying to like convince anyone to get ducks that doesn't want ducks. I'm just trying to show you how amazing ducks are and why I love them so much, even though you have to deal with stuff like this, but it's so worth it for them because they're amazing, and they're like, you know, like I love them like as much as dogs pretty much. They're like my little babies, and they think of me as their mom, and I just love them. it so much. Like, Cookie is my favorite boy duck I've ever had. Sorry, Cuddles, but he's just like the sweetest little guy ever, and I love all of them so much. They're all so amazing, even Peaches. So I just hope you enjoy this video. It just shows how cool they are, all their cool features, just how amazing they are, and like, I don't know, they deserve more credit, I think. So I love this video. It's very cool. They're amazing. So hope you enjoy it. But I just didn't want anyone to like, which I know that there probably would be barely anyone besides like my cousin maybe if she was watching this, but there would probably be barely anyone that would wonder where she went, but I just wanted to explain it. So I haven't talked about it because I didn't really want to, because I just didn't feel like explaining it, but I did now, so here you go. So here's a quick memory of Tootsie, but also, by the way, we did know all their genders before Tootsie died. Tootsie's a girl, or Tootsie was a girl, but yeah. Oreo's a girl, Pepper's a girl, Pepper's a boy, Cookie's a boy, and obviously Peaches is a girl. Flex can be in pairs, so 2 boys and 2 girls is fine, and that's what we have. I liked having 3 girls and 2 boys because that's just like what we had before, and I think it's nice for the girls to, you know, not have to, you know, have as many boys, but they can pair, so 2 boys and 2 girls is fine. You can't have any more boys than girls because you don't want your girls to get overmated. Say we're steaming! Be grateful.
Well, you have 3 eggs.
Now here is the actual video.
Let's say, guys.
He doesn't understand.
I know.
Our important moment.
Billy.
Pepper, you look so. I gotta make that a picture. Hey, BBs. Yep.